Hello students, potential students. This short video is basically to cover the qualifying shoot that you will do at the end of the concealed carry course. Now, unfortunately, being the range, I don't have it all to myself, so there's some gunfire in the background. In the red book, the famous red book, it tells you that you must score 28 out of 40. Thing is, it allows you quite a bit of flexibility over the size of the target. It even mentions the B27 silhouette, which I have a sample of in the classroom. Don't have one with me, but it's huge, and to my mind that's the equivalent of hitting a barn door, the broadside of a barn, at the distances we'll be working at. Now, just to look at those distances, basically you have to shoot at 3 different ranges: 3 yards, 5 yards and 7 yards. Now, none of that to my mind is a really challenging shoot, but if you can hit a paper plate at those distances, that simulates centre mass, and hitting a target that size is kind of respectable. So I'm going to do a little experiment, shoot the course of fire myself and see how it goes using 2 very different weapons. Right, for the purpose of this demonstration, we'll be shooting initially with the Ruger SR22. This is the gun I'm going to use for students to qualify with. It's a pretty easy gun to shoot, no recoil, very accurate. Just to make it a little more challenging, I'm going to fire it left-handed, and that'll counteract the advantage that I have of experience. I'm going to zoom the camera in on the target, and then I'm going to shoot from there. Okay, as you can see, even firing weak-handed, hitting that 10 times out of 10 wasn't that big a deal. Now let's take the range out. We'll go to 7 yards. Right, this time the range is 5 yards, and I'm going to continue firing weak hand only just to make it fair. Right, we're still 10 for 10 at 5 yards, so now we'll switch to 7 yards, which is the farthest distance that anybody will have to shoot at. Right, and here we go for 7 yards, 10 more shots. Oh. Right, we had a Murphy's Law on that occasion. We had one of the shots that failed to fire, and I had to do a stoppage drill and then top up with a round to get to 10. But as you can see, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 10, all within the plate at that distance. And whilst I like to think I'm not a bad shot, I'm not the greatest that's out there, and that was firing weak hand only. Now, I'm going to try a different practice here, which is to repeat that course of fire with a short-barreled revolver. We'll see how that goes. Now this time I'm going to do what I actually would consider the economical thing to do, and that is move the plate from target to target. I'm going to use this Smith & Wesson Airweight, and I'm only going to give it 5 shots at each range just to see how it goes. Right, that was the 3 yards distance. Next time it'll be at 5 yards. Right, this time target's out to 5 yards. And this is a very different gun to shoot than the 22. I'm kind of feeling the burn a bit with this one. Well, we're still all on the plate, but those groups are widening up. So 7 yards might just be a little bit interesting, but we'll see. Right, here we are now for the biggest challenge, which is shooting at 7 yards, which is the maximum range you have to shoot at to qualify for your concealed carry. Again, I'm shooting all these weak hand just to make it fair and make it interesting. Last 5, let's see if we can keep the ball on the plate. Yep. They're all on there. They're just spread out a little bit more than I otherwise would normally like to see them. So there you go, folks. The red book says you got to get 28 out of 40 firing at these distances using both hands after you've been to my class. Personally, I think that shouldn't be that difficult, but if someone is struggling, we can always use the bigger target. You'll still be state legal. But that's the sort of shooting that I'm hoping you'll be able to achieve when you've been to the class. And that was with my weak hand, not my good hand. So, hope you enjoyed this little appraisal of distance shooting. And hopefully I'll see you at the class where you can do it for real. Have a good one.